Well, hey, everybody. Hi. Normally she talks and says you're recording, but she said, nope, I'm just going to record now. So, hi, everyone. I am Julie, and this person, that way, she that way.
I am Joy.
Yeah. We are the Blithe and the Blind, and you get to decide which is which. It's going to depend on the episode. I'm fairly certain of it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah? You think?
I think that's pretty fair. Fair thing to say.
So, we're going to talk about Blithe and Blind. So what is Blithe, Joy? What does that mean?
Well, depending on the connotation you want, Blithe can show indifference. It can be just kind of general apathy, kind of not much caring one way or the other, straightforward and blunt. Or it can be a jovial, friendly, fun, kind of upbeat and positive outlook. It's one of those lovely words that has the double meaning depending on how you want to use it.
Yeah, it has the dichotomy, right?
Which is kind of why we free kind of attitude.
Yeah,
whichever way that means.
Flazé da. Yeah. So if you're a RuPaul fan, you know what we're talking about, and if you don't, I'm not going to explain it. Look it up. If you just Google Flazé da, something will tell you what we're talking about. Right. So we came to this podcast in a rando discussion, actually. So
I thought about it at 3 a.m. once.
Yeah. So I'm macular degeneration, and I'm going blind. My vision has since 2019 has deteriorated rapidly, and will continue to do so. And Joy is my daughter. For those if in the know, that's my daughter. So be nice.
For those not in the know, now you know.
Yeah, because I have a stick and I'm not afraid to use it. So there's that. I can call her names. You can't. And it's our web show. But yeah, so I am going blind. And in the last few years, since pre-COVID, because I'm ahead of the curve, we have encountered a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Joy? Weirdness.
I was going to say fun adventures, but all right.
Oddities. Downright rudeness. Yeah, downright rudeness and perplexities of questions that we get asked when we're out and about traveling, as we do. And between the two of us, we have stories to tell. And there are a lot of them. And there are times in which we are kind.
And there are times where we're just not.
Like, not even, like, kindness is here, and we're, like, way over there. Like out of frame.
Pushing the limit. The Venn diagram gets a little not so Venn diagram.
For real.
They're just separate circles.
Right. Because you have your area and I have my area, and unfortunately our areas had to collide. Yeah. So
and that's how I got here.
Yeah. There was no social distancing time. That's a story for another time. Anyway. So our podcast is really about how we handle the world, right? Mm-hmm. Whether we're together or apart. Dog butt in the background, you'll get that periodically. That is Dunno, who's Uncle Boy.
He's not a seeing eye dog. He's just my ESA.
Yeah, he is not a seeing eye dog. He would guide me to the squirrels and the other dogs in the neighborhood.
And the birds.
And but he is a good boy, so we will talk about him. We're going to talk about let's think about what we're going to talk about here. What are we going to share with the folks?
Well, I know we've talked about doing travel stories, as you discussed. That seems to be the fun part.
Just getting out is a travel story. Yeah, sometimes exactly. These are the people in your neighborhood.
Is a broad term, all right?
Yeah. These are the people in your neighborhood. They're all really dumb, and they ask dumb things. Yeah.
So, I mean, stories like that, we're going to be talking. I know we've talked about possibly touching on some blind history here and there. Yeah. Kind of general knowledge about
famous people who are blind that most people didn't know were blind.
Yeah,
not just
or even famous people who are blind that people do know are blind, because I like Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
So,
Ray Charles.
Exactly. We got options.
Yeah.
And then I know that we've talked about even just kind of generally talking about blindness within the disability arena or disability community, because blindness is not what one would consider a common disability.
Right. Well, and which is wild, right? But
Yeah,
it's true. We're a small fraction of the disabled population, but
the
we
numbers
typically
only sometimes lie.
right. Well, yeah, that's about the Braille situation, but we'll talk about that. But what it looks like to be blind, and pun intended, because that's the biggest question I get asked, or people ask. People say that to me, right? You've
Oh,
been
you
with
can
me.
make blind puns? Okay.
Yeah, well, you can too, but some days. But it turns into like, what does it look like to be a blind person? Dunno is done being in the room now.
He's done with it. Sorry.
Yeah. So what does blindness look like? What does it act like? People just don't know because they have this stereotypical view, Hollywood view, that it's a person with dark sunglasses with a cane sitting on the corner collecting coins.
I can't see anything at all.
Right. And there's a whole spectrum, right?
Well,
We've learned about the spectrum, so we're gonna do that, right?
I'd also like to point out, you mentioned at the very beginning, we are related. I did get removed from you 22 years ago.
Yeah, like a tumor.
I mean that they literally cut me out of her.
That's true.
Like a tumor. So I'd like to point out that that's kind of a significant thing to me, because your macular degeneration runs in your family. The women in your family all have it. So I'm looking at my future for
In
as
more
long as
ways
I
than
can
one.
look at it.
I mean, if you don't think we look the same,
and if you do, keep it to yourself.
Well,
please.
I mean, I know we look the same, and I can't see shit. So
anymore, okay?
Man.
That's like it's been your whole life.
Right. And we'll talk about what that looks like, because how I look at the world is different than how most people see the world. So we'll talk about that as well. We will have guests sometimes, right?
Yeah, some guests.
Periodically. I have people out there willing.
I have people out there unwilling, but they don't know it yet.
Yeah. So, well, my people are willing because we want to make sure that I hate to use the word stigma, because that's the stigma.
Yeah, but it's a stigma.
It's not.
And an astigmatism.
Yeah. But there are people who want to dispel myths, right? Which is what I'd rather call that. Is there's a lot of mythology around blind people and what they do and how they do and all that stuff. What else we're going to talk about? We got a lot of technology we can talk about.
Technology, yeah.
I got a lot of toys.
Your fun, super close up glasses.
Yeah, I'm not bringing those out today. Those are super special for us.
They're uncomfortable.
So we've got low tech, we've got high tech, we've got I've got Braille things.
We even have mid tech.
I do have mid tech. I got mid tech. So we can talk about all that kind of stuff. We're also going to talk about inappropriateness.
We'll try and keep it pretty family friendly.
Yeah, but we can be inappropriate, and there's inappropriate things to say, right? Yeah. When you're out and about. And most people are well intentioned.
They think they are. They really do. Some of them are the worst.
They're the worst people, man. They're the worst. So we'll talk about that. We are not a kid's show. I'm looking right at you, camera. I'm looking at you, people. We're not a kid's show. We're going to try and keep it clean, but we are not a child show.
Like PG-13, maybe?
Ish. Yeah. We're going to work
on R.
Yeah. And we say that for your protection.
More than anything.
Yeah. I'll just tell you we're not safe for work, and we'll just call it that.
Headphones if you're listening at work. Like headphones.
Because we're really about, and I know we've all heard this a lot, but we are about speaking our truth. And our truth has naughty words sometimes.
Truth to power, man. Truth to power.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, for the people at home who may, again, it's the reason that I keep bringing it up. We're related. It's likely that I will be facing these same issues in about 30 years. That's why I really hold kind of an indifferent, carefree attitude towards the subject, because I understand it's a serious subject. I live with it, quite literally. She's in the other room.
Yeah, like down the hall.
Yeah. Doors closed.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
But
Why be in the same room when you don't have to? Did we learn nothing in COVID? Yeah.
The biggest thing that we have kind of anchored ourselves to in this household is, if you can't bring humor to the serious topic, then you're taking yourself too seriously. It's easier to deal with things, not to make light of them, but to deal with things if you can bring humor to it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's the best thing to do. And we are fans of dry humor.
Well, yeah.
So I will say things completely deadpan and then laugh.
Yes. Yeah.
Get used to it now.
Yeah. And the tribe out there will find us. Y'all will find us. Y'all will figure us out. I've had other podcasts that were totally niche and people have found us. I don't know how, but they sure did. But
ingenuity.
But so the basic of what we do is we're going to talk about being snarky and blind and vivacious and joyful. No pun intended on that one. I said it and then I was like, her.
You heard it after the fact.
Well, I did. I was like, I heard that.
Totally not pre-planned.
Made the sound just then. But what we kind of have a, every show's got a North Star statement, right? Whatever you want to call it in the business. And ours is, I'm gonna read it because I don't want to screw it up. But this is kind of what we come back to. It's we're going to walk the line between irreverence and perseverance, humor and resilience. And depending on the episode, you get to decide which one of us is Blithe and which one is blind. So that's kind of who we are. We'll talk more about that as we go, but we just wanted to jump on and say hi and introduce ourselves. And if you think this is a place that you want to learn about accessibility and what traveling with an impaired, I hate to use impaired,
well, you're impaired, so use it.
Yeah, so many ways.
You said it, not me.
Once again, genetics, ain't it fun? But it's really about traveling with somebody who has accessibility issues or difficulties or challenges.
Needs.
Needs.
Literally the definition of special needs.
Once again, more ways than one.
I met you. You're pretty damn special.
I am special. My mommy was right. No, my mommy never said I was special. So
that's okay.
You met her. Anyway, I said that too. So that's who we are. That's what we're going to talk about. And it'll become more clear as episodes go on. So if you're our people or you think you're one of our people, or if you know friends and family who want to be our people, we need people. People who need people are the lowercase people. Thank you, Barbara Streisand. I don't know where I went with that. But.
I don't know. It was feeling more Tim Curry or Pamela is the people who need people.
It's Barbara Streisand.
People.
It's a song from Barbara Streisand called People.
Yeah, it felt the delivery was very Spamalot.
It's true, it was. But no, if you have a friend who's looking for something that's a little different, a little fun, we are gonna laugh a lot. I know this one ain't it, but it's just the intro, so suck it up. This is who we is and who we be. And then I think our episode 1, what are we talking about episode 1?
We were going to actually start with some fun travel stories and our various outings out and about in our local community, specifically, yes. I believe, a Noodles and Company encounter.
Noodles and Company, Interaction Noodles and Company, we're coming after you. This is not sponsored. And after they hear our discussion,
they will not sponsor us.
They're not going to hear it because we're peons, but we're not going to get a Noodles sponsor anytime soon. And I'm okay with that.
Or should I say a very specific restaurant encounter we had recently?
No, we'll name them. Who cares? Come after me, Noodles and Company. I'm a peon. But you can have all of this. The kingdom is yours.
Theory boards in the background.
Yeah. So, anyhow, I think that's where we'd be at this point. Anything you want to add? We will have intro and outro music. This is episode 0. If anybody's actually listening or watching, you made it. You made it almost 15 minutes. Good job.
Good job. yeah, no, I don't think I really have much to add. So
Well,
just hope to see you
cool.
guys in episode 1, and yeah, good luck following our train of thought, because I can't even do that
Well,
sometimes.
it's definitely a train. I just think
It
it's
left the station years ago, man.
commandeered by a bunch of monkeys and ducks, and possibly a squirrel or two.
Not my circus, but the clowns sure as hell know me. All right.
True that. True that. All right. So, having said that, I think we're out for now, homie.
Peace out, my guy.
All right. See y'all on the other side.
Bye, guys.
Bye.